to mind our pronunciations. Willis, good evening. Our segment, of course, starting just a few minutes late because of Dr. Ofoneke, but I hope that you're doing well. How are you this evening?
Fine, thanks, Betty.
Yeah.
Kisumu is fine. We've had a bit of, rainfall, and
Yes.
Generally things are good. Personally, I'm doing fine, and I have no complaint anywhere in life. Sometimes you have to struggle this side, struggle that side.
Yeah.
You sometimes have a downhill, and you have an uphill task.
Yeah.
And that, of course, makes it, from what we may talk about.
Right.
Downhill and uphill, kind of life. It's very wonderful for us.
Right, I like that, Willis. Thank you for that. It's great to see you this evening. And of course, we're both wearing red. I'm sure the show is going to be fire. So let's get straight to our...
Another coincidence.
Another coincidence. We didn't plan this one. All right, Willis. Let's begin with taking a look at word on the streets this week.
Brescia, Brescia, Brescia.
Brasiere, brasiere, brasiere.
Brasiere, brasiere, brasiere.
Brasiere, brasiere, brasiere.
Brasiere. Brasiere. Brasiere.
Brasil, Brasil, Brasil.
Brazil, Brazil, Brazil.
Wow, Willis, all those pronunciations, I don't even want to say anything because I'm not even sure about the long form of that word. I only know about the short form. So, so talk to us about that word, Willis.
What you know about?
The short form, the long form, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, Betty, the word itself refers to the piece of women's underwear that covers and supports breasts. As you've said, you know, about bra. Now, when we have it in full, you say brassiere. All right. Brassiere. In, sometimes you may hear somebody talking of brassiere, brassiere, brassia. What you say is brassiere.
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 Got it, Willis. Brassiere. Now we know. Yes. Now even I know. I wasn't sure about the pronunciation, surprisingly. All right, Willis, moving on to the second word. I'll spell this one out. E-N-V-E-L-O-P. It's a word that we commonly refer to as envelope. Is that correct or is it wrong?
Envelope for... Do we have an E after P?
No, for this one we do not have... It's just envelope.
Okay. Yeah. We don't have, that is a verb, Betty. Yeah. When we have E-N-V-E-L-O-P, that is a verb. Okay. That is a doing word or a word that describes action. So in this case, it's a bit tricky, Betty. You say envelope, to envelope. That is to wrap or to cover somebody or something completely. To envelope. Envelope, that is the verb. To wrap or cover somebody or something completely. Envelope. You don't say envelope. Envelope is the noun. When you're talking about, that flat paper container, which we use sometimes when we are sending letters and all that, that is what we call envelope. Envelope. But remember, as a noun, you can also say envelope. That one has an E after P. You say envelope or envelope. That is the noun. That container, which is a paper, the paper container. It's envelope or envelope. But the verb is tricky, as I told you earlier. You say to envelope. You say in and then envelope. Envelope. Envelope.
Hey, Willis.
You get the difference? Yes. Envelope. To envelope. Yeah. That is to wrap or cover something or somebody. Yes.
Where? Okay. So you started with fire, Willis. So to envelope is to cover something, like I was enveloped.
To envelope is to cover something or wrap it. Envelope. But envelope is that flat paper container. Okay. Envelope or envelope.
Envelope. Yes. I will be using envelope.
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 Betty, I would request you to be very careful about sounds of words. When you talk about sounds of words, as I said the other time, Don't sound like you're trying to sound, unique. Just get the sounds right.
Yeah.
Envelope or envelope.
Envelope.
Envelope or envelope.
Envelope.
Yes.
Got it.
That is for the noun. But the verb is envelope. Envelope.
Why? Sawa. I've heard and I've understood, Willis. Thanks for that. Yeah, okay. Moving forward, this other word, L-E-C-T-O-R, lector, lector.
Yeah, you say lector.
Okay.
A lector. That is a teacher in a university, especially somebody who teaches their own language in a foreign country.
Lector.
You say lector, not lector.
Okay.
Lector, no.
All right.
You say lector.
Lector.
Yes.
Just the same as mentor, right? Mentor.
Yes, mentor, not mentor.
All right.
Corridor, not corridor.
All right, got it. Willis, moving on to this other word, S-L-O-V-E-N-L-Y, slovenly, is that correct?
Oh, yes, you've said S-L-O-V-E-N-L-Y.
Yeah.
Letter O takes the mid-central sound You don't say slovenly. You say slovenly or slovenly. Slovenly, slovenly, not slovenly. That is when we talk about careless, untidy, or dirty in appearance or habits. When we are describing such a thing, you say slovenly, slovenly, or a person. So-and-so, yes, you can say so-and-so is a lazy, slovenly person.
Slovenly.
Not slovenly.
All right, got it, Willis. I was wrong on that. But
slovenly or slovenly?
Slovenly. Okay.
Betty, I always say nobody knows everything when it comes to English. The vocabulary is very wide, and when it comes to pronunciations, because you see, if you study most education systems, you'll realize that we study a lot of grammar and vocabulary.
Exactly.
When it comes to pronunciation, Betty, you may be very educated, but a very simple word would give you a problem just because you have never been guided on the right way to pronounce a word. So getting it wrong should not be an issue.
All right.
Learning how to get it right is the best way to go.
Okay, I like that, Willis. So this other word, P-I-Z-Z or P-I-Z-Z-E-R-I-A, pizzeria, is that correct?
You say pizzeria, pizzeria, pizzeria. Very tricky also. That is a restaurant or a restaurant that serves mainly pizzas. You say pizzeria. There is that ria, the stress, ria, pizzeria. And Betty, when we are talking about pizza, we find ourselves saying pizza locally. Somebody will say, yes, it's pizza. But that is not the pronunciation of that word. You say pizza. But a restaurant or a restaurant that serves mainly pizzas, you say that is a pizzeria.
Pizzeria, correct?
Pizzeria.
Pizzeria.
Pizzeria. Yes, that way.
Okay, pizzeria. I didn't know that. I was so wrong.
You've got it now.
Today I've learned it. Pizzeria.
It happens, Betty. It happens. Nobody's perfect.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, Willis. Now, moving on. Like I mentioned, you're out here, with fire. So, pizzeria. Now I know. It's good to learn, Willis. It's good to learn. All right. Moving on to this other word. I'll spell this one out. N-O-S-T-A-L-G-I-A. Nostalgia, is that correct?
Oh, you say nostalgia, exactly the way you've pronounced it.
All right.
Nostalgia.
Okay.
That is like when you remember, maybe literature lessons.
Yes.
Or when you are reading novels, or when you are talking about, plays and all that. When we talk of a feeling of sadness mixed with pleasure and affection about happy or good times in the past. When you're remembering the good times in the past with some kind of sadness or some mixture of sadness and pleasure and, that affection you feel, I wish those days could be back with me at this moment.
Yeah.
Then we talk of nostalgia or nostalgia.
All right, got it, Willis. Moving on to these other words. C-O-L-L-E-G-I-A-T-E. Collegiate, is that correct?
Oh, colli. You don't say colle. Collegiate. You remember, like, what we hear locally. And sometimes I say we don't have to blame anybody, because sometimes when you hear a lot of, a mispronunciation without knowing that it is a mispronunciation, you'd use it because you'd be innocently acquiring it from somebody else. Just like I said the other time. We hear a lot of comedian, but that word is actually pronounced as comedian. So when you hear somebody saying comedian, we should not pin that person down. The best thing to do, with a positive attitude, you just tell somebody, you say comedian, not comedian. But comedy is comedy.
Yeah.
So this word also, you say collegiate. Collegiate. That is connected with college.
Right.
So collegiate life. Collegiate, not collegiate. Collegiate. Yes.
Okay, Willis. Tonight I'm learning so much.
That is it, Betty.
Great, got it, Willis. Learning so much tonight on Mind Your Language from Pizzeria. That's still my favorite so far. Let's continue.
Yes.
And I have this other word, V-E-N-A-L-I-T-Y. Venality.
Oh, from the adjective venal, you say venality.
Oh,
venality. That is to do with, a way in which you may find somebody who accepts to involve or engage in dishonest or some immoral or dishonest indulgence for the sake of money.
All right.
So just like when you talk about corruption, but you say venality.
Venality.
Yes.
All right, got it. Moving on to this other word that most of us know it as aspiration. Is that correct?
Oh, that word has two acceptable, or if you like, alternative pronunciations.
Right.
You can say aspiration.
Aspiration.
But you can also say aspiration. Aspiration or aspiration. Just like inspiration or inspiration.
Oh,
inspiration.
That's a surprise.
Inspiration.
Okay.
Aspiration.
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 Okay.
So such alternatives, we should be aware of them, Betty.
All right, got it, Willis. I think I'll stick to the aspiration. The other one could confuse aspiration. Is that correct?
In fact, the most common one, in fact, in the British English, Betty, is
Aspiration.
Aspiration and inspiration.
Inspiration.
But aspiration and inspiration are also acceptable, Betty, in standard English.
Okay, got it, Willis. Moving on to our feedback question. This one comes from... All right, we don't have the name of the person, but I'll spell this one out. It's a bit surprising. I mean, complicated. So, of course, we have Quatercentenary. I would say it's quarter-centenary.
Oh. Avoid quarter.
Okay.
Quarter, no. It's a very confusing word.
Yeah.
That word, Betty, refers to, an anniversary which is for the 400th time. 400th anniversary is quarter. You don't say quarter. In fact, the way you spelled it is exactly the way it should be spelled.
Okay.
Many people find themselves using R after A, but it's Quatercentenary. You say quarter. Quarter-centenary. And I think at some level, there is somebody who had sent this question this morning, and it should be somebody, Jason Combo of Nairobi, if I'm not wrong. Jason Combo and our dear viewers, you say quarter-centenary. Quarter-centenary. Don't say quarter-centenary.
All right.
Quarter-centenary. No. Quarter. There is no R after A.
All right.
It is Quater.
All right.
Quarter. And then, Betty, I think for the love of Friday briefing, there is a lot here. Njeri Ngugi, you say decorate. And decoration. Njeri Ngugi, you've not said where you are. Pardon me for that.
Yes,
John Kilonzo of Kitui, you say order. Collins Amunga, island. Lucy Ndigide, Idima. Idima, not oedema. Idima. Lucy Ndigithe. Mwalimu Joshua Oyongo. Ken Nyakwarotieno. Evans Ogendo. Betty, you have fans here. Calvin's Ochiengo Songo and Evans Ogweno. They are saying Friday briefing is a briefing and a half. Aww. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And remember, you say bank, tank, and rank. Betty has also said thank you because we appreciate you a lot.
Thank
so
you.
Mwalimu Joshua Oyongo, Evans Ogendo, Ken Nyakwarotieno, Calvin Sochiengo Oyongo, and Evans Ogweno, thank you very much.
Thank
Isaac
you.
Ogola, Ezekiel Nyangweti, and Josh Ochieng Ogundo, you say sergeant. Sergeant from Rodi. Right. Lawrence Oricho, yes, sergeant, sergeant. Lawrence Oricho of South Mugirango, you say automatic, not automatic.
Okay.
Authentic, not authentic. Audio, not audio. Authority, audio. Not authority. So Lawrence Oricho, Betty, you have heard of authority or audio? Which one have you heard very commonly?
Audio. Many, many times audio.
Audio. We should avoid that.
Yeah.
It's
audio.
Audio,
right.
Just like we say August, not August. Peter Njoroge, you say sow and a sewing machine. Or this Ambala, we also tell you thank you so much. Silas Koyo of Ketias, nincompoop, nincompoop. Don't say a nincompoop. Nincompoop. It's a word that I don't like so much because it's like sometimes somebody may use it to insult another person.
Yeah.
And it's a word, but to know the pronunciation is very, very important. Or important. You say nincompoop. Philip Ojala and Josephat Kate, manual or manual. Sophie Chiari, investiture. Sophie Chiari, you say investiture. And we have Madam Janet Okengo of Matongo Mixed High School in Kisii South. You say enthusiastic. Enthusiastic. Don't say enthusiastic. We have that enthusiastic. So, Madam Janet Okengo, I believe this must be the principal, and in fact, another lady, Betty, with a very, very strong command of English. Janet Okengo of Matongo Mixed High School in Kisii South, we also appreciate you very much. Lavenda Chieng of Kasarani, Nairobi, you say epitome, not epitome. Epitome is very common, but you say epitome.
Epitome. We
have Cleophas Masika of Buruburu, Nairobi, buoyancy. Don't say buoyancy. No, that U is silent. You say buoyancy.
Buoyancy.
Then, Bernard Mwasi, a.k.a. Mjumbe of, Betty, we've crossed the borders, many borders.
Many.
Bernard Mwasi, a.k.a. Mjumbe of Helsinki, that is Finland, you say abroad. Mwasi, Mjumbe, keep it up because KTN is right there for you. Every Friday, don't miss the Friday briefing and don't miss the words that you say you love very much. English should sometimes be English. Though we have words from various languages in the world, but we have to get it right. Betty, for the sake of time, I'll now go straight to the surprise word for tonight. Many people talk of scabies. 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 That plural S, the plural S is pronounced like a Z. It takes what we technically call the voiced sound, a sound produced by the vibration of the vocal cords. So you say scabies, scabies. Scabies. For those people who understand the phonetic transcription, yes, scabies. If you understand the phonetic transcription, I've given it down or below that word. Right. You say scabies. Scabies. Don't say scabies, scabies. Avoid that. Scabies. Just like we say babies, not Betty, do we say babies?
No.
We say babies.
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 Yeah.
So that plural S takes the voiced sound Z. Babies and rabies. The rabies.
Rabies.
Then, Betty, somebody has just sent some question here.
Yes,
that why do we find ourselves saying floods wreak havoc?
No.
The verb wreak means to damage.
Yeah.
To damage something. To wreck. That is W-R-E-C-K. Floods wreak havoc, which we should not use. That sounds vague. Floods wreak. Wreak havoc. Wreak means to cause. Floods cause havoc.
All right.
We say wreak.
Yeah.
And the right word is W-R-E-A-K. And in fact, you deserve a pat on the back. I think this is what this person was also saying here, because he had you say floods wreak havoc. And Betty, that is why I also told you the other time, your English, even if you sometimes say some words are a bit challenging or challenging, your English is very tough in most cases, Betty.
Why, thank you.
So, Brother Jeremy Owino, Betty has got the message, and your thanks or your commendation for her saying floods wreak havoc. Wreak havoc? No. Then two words. One is non-existent. One does not exist anywhere in the English vocabulary, but one exists. So the one which has an X exists nowhere in the English vocabulary.
Yeah.
So you may hear many people talking about the renowned artist, the renowned author. There is nothing in English like that, Betty, and we can share this on a serious note. We don't say renowned author. There is nothing like renowned artist, and there is nothing in spelling like the word which is above.
Yeah.
R-E-K-N-O-W-N-E-D. Just avoid it if you are writing the word down. It doesn't exist. So the lower word is the right word or the right adjective to use. You say renowned.
Renowned.
Renowned. A renowned artist.
Okay.
A renowned author. And I've given the tick there to remind those who are watching. So the spelling confusion and the pronunciation confusion should always be avoided.
Okay.
And as I always say, Betty, let English be English. But nobody is perfect in any language on earth. You can't know everything. A language you can know to some extent. But if we can, or when we can, let us try to get it right in terms of grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Especially pronunciation. When you pronounce words wrongly, you may end up saying something very terrible. Like I said the other time, if you say terror for teller, it may not be your wish, but it may mean something very, very terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
When you can't say teller and you end up saying terror, it's terrible. If you are expected to say fish and you find yourself saying fish, it is not your liking. But you'll agree with me that you'll be talking about what the person listening to you may not understand what you are saying.
Got
it. Up to that point, Betty. Is there anything from your side?
No, Willis, I've learned too much tonight, and I'm happy that, you know, the biggest surprise for me really was pizzeria, because I've been pronouncing that word wrong all along, so it's good to know. It's good to learn. Thank you for that.
Oh, you are saying pizzeria?
Yes,
or pizzera?
Pizzeria.
You say pizzeria.
Pizzeria. Got it.
Yes.
Willis, thank you so much. It's been quite amazing having you here on the show. Remember that you can always follow at Willis Cheng1, that's his Twitter handle. Ask him all the questions that you have to do with pronunciations. Or you can just choose to wait for Friday briefing every Friday, 9 p.m. And Willis is always here to help. And he's always happy to help with pronunciations. Willis, have a great weekend. Be safe and stay warm. I hear that Kisumu is raining.
Betty.
Right, thank you. All right, and that's where we wrap up this show tonight. Thank you very much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure having you here on Friday Briefing. We'll do this again next week. Okay. Hi. All right. Okay. 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 How did you, okay, let me just stand, yeah. All right. You said your name is? Mukigi. Okay. 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 Thank you for that. Thank you. Welcome to Friday Briefing. We are finishing the show, but, all right, okay. So, because you're not mic'd, let me just receive the, so he says that, you know, he's from the Cooperative University. Yeah. And, yeah, you've come to say hi to us here on Friday Briefing. All right, so.
This gift is made of beads.
Beads. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Great. So he says that in case you can't tell because he's not mic'd, that, you know, the gift, I don't know what it is, he's made from beads and flower. Beads. Yeah, beads. And okay. All right. All right. Great. Oh, this is so nice. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is so nice. It says Betty Kialo, happy 29th. Oh, let me hold it. This is beautiful work, really. This is beautiful. Oh, there you go. Oh, this is so nice. This is really nice. I really appreciate the gift, and this is really sweet, and I really, really appreciate it. Yeah. All right, so we'll get him on the show another time so that he can be able to tell us more about his work, and then we can see how we can support him and, you know, get to know more about him. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. Wow, okay, so what a nice way to end the show tonight. Yeah, a gift from him. Yeah, such a great surprise. This is, yeah, amazing. All right, so that's where we wrap up the show tonight. I really say thank you for watching. It has been a great time here for the last 1.5 hours. Be kind to one another. Be safe in everything that you're doing, especially because of the rains. Be safe away from the floods. Keep warm. We'll see you again next week. Till then, be blessed. And yeah, let's take care of each other and love one another. Goodbye and good night. My name is Betty Kialo. Goodbye.